City of Watauga Special Election Issue, November 3rd, 2020. Reallocation of the local sales and use tax for street maintenance to the Watauga Economic Development Corporation. This presentation is for the sole purpose of educating the voters as to the subject matter of the special election. Historical allocation of sales and use tax in Watauga, Texas. In 1983, the City Council created the Watauga Industrial Development Corporation. In 1994, the citizens voted in favor of the collection of 1/2 of 1% sales and use tax to be used in the manner authorized by Section 4B of the Act, Economic Development, including for land, facilities, equipment for parks and recreation, open space improvements, and other facilities permitted by Section 4B of the Act. In 1994, the City Council approved the Watauga Industrial Development Corporation Board of Directors' request to change the name of the corporation to the Watauga Parks Development Corporation. In 2012, the citizens voted in favor of reallocating 1/4 of 1% local sales and use tax from the Watauga Parks Development Corporation for the sole purpose of maintaining and repairing of municipal streets. In 2016, the citizens voted to renew the 1/4 of 1% local sales and use tax in the City of Watauga for the sole purpose of maintenance and repair of municipal streets. In 2019, the City Council approved the Watauga Parks Development Corporation Board of Directors' request to change the name of the corporation to Watauga Economic Development Corporation. In 2020, now is your opportunity to vote for or against returning the 1/4 of 1% sales and use tax allocated to the sole purpose of maintenance and repair of municipal streets in 2012 to the Watauga Economic Development Corporation. The proposition before the voters is the opportunity to reallocate 1/4 of 1% of the sales and use tax collected within the city limits from its current use, which is currently restricted to the sole purpose of maintenance and repair of municipal streets, to its use to fund a broader variety of uses permitted by state law in the development of parks and economic development, which can include street maintenance and repair projects. What would your vote mean? A vote for authorizes the funds to be allocated to the Watauga Economic Development Corporation to be used to fund parks improvements, infrastructure projects including street maintenance, and economic development projects. A vote against would maintain the status quo until December 31st, 2020, when the current street maintenance tax will expire. The city will then need to call and pay for a special election to seek voter approval to reinstate the street maintenance tax to recover the tax funds in the restricted form for the sole purpose of street maintenance and repair. Summary of authorized project expenditures for Watauga Economic Development Corporation. 1. Community development initiatives, such as expenditures for land, buildings, equipment, facilities, expenditures, and improvements for equipment for parks and recreation, open space improvements, and other facilities, and professional and amateur sports facilities, entertainment and tourist facilities, and affordable housing. 2. Certain infrastructural improvements that promote or develop new or expanded business enterprises, including streets and roads, rail spurs, water and sewer utilities, electric utilities or gas utilities, drainage, site improvements and related improvements, and telecommunications and internet improvements. 3. Targeted infrastructure and improvements that are for the creation or retention of primary jobs for projects such as manufacturing and industrial facilities, research and development facilities, sewage or solid waste disposal facilities, recycling facilities, air or water pollution control facilities, distribution centers, small warehouse facilities, primary job training facilities for use by institutions of higher education, regional or national corporate headquarters facilities, eligible job training classes, and certain career centers. The ballot. Vote for or against. The abolition of the local sales and use tax for the benefit of street maintenance and repair of municipal streets within the city of Watauga at the rate of 1/4 of 1%. The adoption of an increase of a local sales and use tax for the benefit of the Type B Economic Development Corporation in the city of Watauga at the rate of 1/4 of 1%. Possible outcomes. If the November 2020 proposition fails, a majority votes against, the street maintenance tax will expire on December 31st, 2020, and the city will need to order and pay for an election in May 2021 to propose to the citizens the reinstatement of the 1/4 of 1% sales and use tax for the sole purpose of street maintenance and repair in order to continue having that revenue dedicated to Watauga. If the November 2020 proposition passes, a majority votes for, the 1/4 of 1% would be reallocated to the Watauga Economic Development Corporation. It will secure that sales and use tax revenue for use in Watauga and make the election in May 2021 to reinstate the sales and use tax for street maintenance and repair unnecessary. If the November 2020 proposition and the subsequent May 2021 renewal proposition both fail, then the 1/4 of 1% sales and use tax revenue currently allocated to Watauga will be available to any eligible taxing entity for its use, to be allocated in a subsequent election. Exercise your right to vote. Early voting locations and times can be found on the Tarrant County website at www.tarrantcounty.com/en/elections/upcoming-election-information.html.